But I did want to mention kind of two things, because I've heard this the second time, on this question of authority of a legislative body over law enforcement. Not only do we have the right to do that, it is our fiduciary responsibility. Sheriffs cannot fund themselves. It's generally done by the legislative body. We do that with CHP, through Transportation Committee, and we do that on the local level, both at the county level and the city level. And in fact, the departments can't be funded unless they get approval from the city council, not from the mayor, not from the sheriff, not from the controller, not from the treasurer, but from the legislative body, whether that be county board of supervisors or city council. So we need to lay that to the side. Two, when it comes to how law enforcement operates, we don't want to get into the minutiae of how law enforcement operates. As Mr. Quirk said, there's some things that the public probably shouldn't know. However, there have been times where a technique that law enforcement has advocated for some time and continue to do it has resulted in some adverse problems, like the chokehold, which they thought was very effective. Yes, it was very effective at killing mostly African American males, but it was ultimately we stopped doing that. If the legislative body had not intervened, the mayors and the executive branch had not intervened, that technique and policy would probably be in effect to now. So it's very important to have some type of citizen oversight on how law enforcement operates, especially if it goes wrong, if the particular technique ends up where we have the unfortunate incident of where an officer shoots an unarmed person in the back, that we can look at the policies and the procedures of the local law enforcement and see where there's a problem, and so that we can correct that. Otherwise, what will we have? We wouldn't have anything. And so that's why it's so important to have transparency.